you guys, I just bought a new finish made by Osmo. I was a big fan of Osmo for the longest time. So this is a new finish, at least it's new to me. This is an extra clear, extra thin oil finish. And if you're not familiar with Osmo, this is the one that I've been using before. This is a hard wax oil. You can see it's old, it's almost empty, the can. I've been using it for the longest time and I love it. But today I want to finish a box and try their new one. As you can see, it's sealed. I have not tried it yet. And I've been here working since morning. It's about 5 p.m. right now. I've been here since 8. But I figured I will film this and show you I'm going to finish this box that I just finished. Look how lovely this is. It has a nice grain wraparound. It's a walnut box, and the lid, it's made with this geometrical pattern between walnut and canary wood. And then this is the inside. It has a curly maple liner. So that is the way it goes. That's the box I will be finishing. Now, like I said, I've been a big fan of Osmo and I've used it a ton, especially in the beginning of my woodworking. And then I got obsessed with finishes. That's how I developed my own line of finishes. And I'd never really looked at the ingredients on this Osmo hard wax oil. And I just know that I used it and I loved it and I've never had any problems with it. And today, because I just got a new one, I wanted to see what is different. So I looked at the old can, onto the ingredients, and this is what it says. It's based on natural vegetable oils and waxes. It has sunflower oil, that's the first ingredient. The second ingredient is soybean oil, then it's thistle oil and carnauba wax, and then candelita wax. So those are all cooking oils. Cooking oils and carnauba wax, maybe it's the carnauba wax that I loved in this. I do not know what the other wax is, I'm not familiar with it. But then I got the new can, this one. It does not say hard wax, it just says wood wax finish. So there is some wax in there, and it says clear, extra thin. It says for interior use, it's for furniture and all kinds of stuff. And the ingredient on this one is sunflower oil. Again, that's the main ingredient. Soybean oil, so just like the other one, so far the same thing. Thistle oil, so the same. So all the oils are in the old formula, they are in the new formula as well. But then it says it has waxes, paraffin, and secatives. Those are drying agents. I don't know how you pronounce that. So this one, it doesn't appear to have carnauba wax, but it has paraffin. I'm not familiar with paraffin. I am familiar with the oils they're using, with the cooking oils, and I have some very strong opinions about that I will share with you in the end of the video. But now let's apply this finish on this box and see what it looks like. All right, so here we are. This is my box. If you're wondering what I've been working on today, I just finished this box. I just put the last coat of finish on it. I waxed it. This is a Bocoda. It has a lot of curl to it. The light, it doesn't really show it so well, but it's Bocoda, and then it has this maple engraved lid. So I just finished doing that, and then also I was working on a box to use this lid. But anyway, let's get onto the finish. First I should probably open the can, see what it looks like inside. I'm going to get something to open the can. Please watch this video till the end. I'll give you my personal opinion about this, about the ingredients that is in this thing. And I just want you to be aware when you buy finishes, please read the ingredients, learn about it, so you know what you're using. So I opened the can, and it is really, it just looks like oils. It's very, very liquidy. So I'm going to stir it around. It does have a little bit of a smell. I will be wearing gloves, even though they're all cooking oils and they're probably safe to touch. I will be wearing my gloves because that's what they're saying is in the can, but is it really? I don't know. I might better protect myself. So I'm going to wear some gloves. And then I am going to use one of this scratch M3 applicators. And let's see, I hope I'm not ruining this box. It is very thin, which I could tell from the box, from the container I mean. Very, very runny. Also, I will talk to you about how to dispose of your oiled rags. When you work with any kind of oil finishes, you have to be very careful and know how to dispose of them, because you can burn down your house. Because these oils are so thin, this finish is so thin, it's really soaking into the wood, and it's very easy to apply. I will use a brush just to get into the crevices, make sure I get everything. Like I said, please stay tuned until the end so we can discuss a little bit about these ingredients and maybe teach you or explain to you what you should be looking for. And this box, after I put this oil finish on it, I will let it dry until tomorrow. And then tomorrow I will come back with my carnauba wax and I will wax everything and give it one extra layer of protection. And then I'll let it dry. And then it's going to be available on my website. This box is going to go for $125. It is solid walnut, and the lid took a really long time to make that geometric pattern. So I think it's a very fair price. So if you're interested, tomorrow you can look on my website and you should find it there. All right. I think I got everything pretty soaked. I will let everything sit here for about 15 minutes and then we will wipe it off. All right, you guys, it's been about 10-15 minutes now and I'm going to wipe off all the oil. And yes, I did take my gloves off. I'm going to wipe off everything and then we'll talk about what I think about this finish and what you should be looking for. I wiped down the box and this is what it's looking like. It's not bad at all. Now, is it the right thing to use on this? Let's talk a little bit about the ingredients. Now, like I said, it has sunflower oil and soybean oil. Those are the two main ingredients into this finish. Those are cooking oils, those are non-drying oil, just like mineral oil. Now, you've heard me say plenty of times, mineral oil, it's a non-drying oil, linseed oil, pure tongue oil, those are drying oils. Walnut oil, that's another drying oil. What do I mean by that? If you take a drop of mineral oil or your cooking oil and put it on a piece of glass, not wood because wood will absorb it. If you put it on a piece of glass and you leave it there for months, when you come back, it will get goopy. It will not be as runny, but it will still be wet. It will still be sticky and gooey. It will never dry. It will be like that forever. Where if you put linseed oil, walnut oil, tongue oil on a piece of glass, it will dry. It will turn into this hard, waxy thing. And I have an example here. I have some of my finishes that has the carnauba. This is the carnauba wood finish and polish, and it's made with pure tongue oil and carnauba wax. And the reason why I have two cans of them here, because this one that does not have the website on it, this one is one of my first batches that I made from of this, and this is a later batch that I made. And this one did not sell from the first batch I made, so I still have it, and this is a perfect example of what a drying oil does. If I open this up, it has this crust formed on the top. It looks like a kind of cute snowflake. It looks like mold. I don't know what it looks like, but that is the pure tongue oil drying up. It's creating this wax. It is hard. It feels like cardboard. It is hard to the touch. And it just cures. When you see this into a can of the tongue oil finish, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's drying up, it's curing. You could take this skin and polish it and the heat will melt it back up, What I like to do, I just peel the skin off and I just use underneath is the fresh oil finish. So if you see this happening to your can, don't freak out, just peel it off and you get to the good stuff underneath. So this is a good example of the tung oil drying. Now this other can, this is a more recent batch, is just now starting to get a tiny little bit of that crust, but it's mostly still without crust. So the more you leave it, especially if you forget it open, and the more you leave it and don't use it, then it will dry the top and you will get that skin-like. So when you have a drying oil, the oil penetrates your wood and then it cures in there, it dries up and makes that waxy finish. And that wax is going to protect the wood. Furthermore, it will be another layer of protection. And the problem with the non-drying oils is that they always stay there, and if you have too much oil, they become goopy. And the mineral oil, it actually does not get rancid. That's why people use it for cutting boards, and it's okay for that. But cooking oils like you know, the soybean and the sunflower oil, they will get rancid. They do have a shelf life. So I do fear that in time they will get rancid, and you know, it's probably not the most appropriate thing to use on your furniture. Now, I will have to admit that in the beginning of my woodworking, I have used this Osmo, the original formula, quite a lot, and I still have some boxes from that time when I made it, so that's almost 2 years now. And I went and looked at them, and they do not smell rinsed, so I don't really see any problems of yet. As for this box, like I said, I will let it dry, and tomorrow I'll come back and light sand it, and then I will put that carnauba wax on it and seal it all in and make it shiny and pretty, and will be ready for someone that might want it. Now, I hope this was helpful to you and you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Skylar Ewing, and I'll see you in my next video.